Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. Rather than talking about a specific subject too much, I am going to sing, which is not something I usually do, and there's two reasons for this. Number one, just for something a bit different, and number two, because I want to hear how I sound, so it's partly for myself. I don't know if I'm particularly good, I don't think I am, but I kind of want to hear myself to see how it sounds. So I'm going to sing a classic Christmas carol, Good King Wenceslas. But before I get into that, by the way, just to show I'm in the festive mood, this is a nice little mug my father got me from Aachen in Germany. Has the year on it. Don't want to lean over too much in case it spills. I have the Christmas lights, as you can see. And before I get into the song itself, where I might not sing the whole part, but just part of it, a little bit of background. It's thought that King Wenceslas is based on the real life historical figure Wenceslas I, Duke of Bohemia. By the way, I've heard different pronunciations. There's Wenceslas, so I'm not sure what the correct pronunciation is in Czech. At that time it would have been known as, I guess, the Czech lands. And he's a saint within, I believe, the Catholic Church. And it's said that Pope Pius II himself walked 10 miles barefoot in the ice as an act of pious thanksgiving, perhaps in homage to St. Wenceslas. There's different versions of the story, but basically this is the act of a pious young king. That's something I didn't realise. He was young king. He was only 28 when he died. I don't think that's something that's well known. And he was martyred, possibly by his own brother. He lived from 907 to 935, and he was the Duke of Bohemia, which is the present-day Czech Republic. Now the story goes that basically, oh by the way, if you look at the Wikipedia page, there's an interesting photo, slightly morbid photo, but certainly intriguing, showing Cardinal Miloslav with the skull of St. Wenceslas during a procession on September the 28th, 2006. That's worth checking out. It's a little bit morbid, but at the same time clearly important in the Catholic religion. So I'm just trying to find a little bit of sources for this legend to give you a little bit of background. Yeah, there's different versions. An enduring legend claims a huge army of knights sleep inside Blanik, a mountain in the Czech Republic. The knights will awake and come under the command of St. Wenceslas and bring aid to the Czech people when they face ultimate danger. Actually, that's not giving the background to the song itself. But basically it was written by John Mason Neale in 1853, and inevitably there are different versions. Like a lot of carols, it has some historical context, but there's different versions of this, so I'm not going to dwell into which one is most reliable. But I think we can rest assured that Wenceslas is an admired figure and by all accounts a benevolent figure. I've been to Prague, which is a beautiful old medieval city in Central Europe, if you don't know, and their main public square is called Wenceslas Square, and there's a statue of the king there. So without procrastinating much further, I am going to get into the song. Now, to make this a little bit authentic, I'm going to wear a winter hat, and I do ask that you give me some feedback. Let me know if you think I'm terrible. I'm not going to be insulted. I don't think I'm a particularly good singer, but let me know what you think. I'm going to try and sing this as authentically as possible. I've got a nice winter hat to try and make it authentic. I'm not going to sing the whole thing, but maybe the first few verses. So let me just check that the camera is aligned. The hat, that's better. The hat is aligned, and here I go. This is Good King Wenceslas by John Mason Neale, who was an English hymn maker, and he wrote this in 1853, although his version of the carol may have been even older. Okay, enough procrastination. Here I go. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Hither, page, and stand by me, if thou knowest telling, yonder peasant, who is he, where and what his dwelling? Sire, he lives a good league hence, underneath the mountain, right against the forest fence, by St. Agnes' fountain. Bring me flesh and bring me wine, bring me pine logs hither, thou and I shall see him dine, when we bear them thither. Page and monarch forth they went together, through the rude winds wild and meant, and the bitter weather. Sire, the night is darker now, and the wind blows stronger, fails my heart, I know not how, I can go no longer. Mark my footsteps, good my page, tread thou in them boldly, thou shalt find the winter's rage freeze my blood less coldly. In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay dinted, heat was in the very sod, which the saint had printed. Therefore, Christian men, be sure, well for rank possessing, ye who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing. Thank you very much. Now, I probably botched that up in a very good way, so it's just for something different basically, and I want to hear myself, see how awful I am. There's a few different versions, of course. There's another version in 1867, well, by Percy Damer, that's his lifespan, 1867 to 1936, and another version by John Addington Symonds, but probably the best known version is Neale's version. It's one of my personal favourite Christmas carols. There's a lot of Christmas carols I like. That is one of my personal favourites, and it's one of the few where I can sing quite clearly. Certainly not the whole thing, but certainly the first few verses. So let me know what you think. If you're from the Czech Republic, do you have any more information about the background of King Wenceslas? Grand Duke Wenceslas, I should say. What is the correct pronunciation? And if you're one of my subscribers, or if you're anyone for that matter, why don't you offer a rendition of a Christmas carol, just for festive cheer, just for something a bit different? Let's see if we can get something going. Maybe we can all do something unique, just for fun. I'm not a singer, but I thought it would just be something different. So let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.